What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Hall back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you are a Bears fan and you are not subscribed to the channel, you are going to want to do so, folks. I am bringing you the best and greatest Bears content you can find. So make sure to hit that big red subscribe button down below and turn on the post notifications by hitting the bell icon down below. And while you're at it, just follow me on my social media, guys. Links down below for my Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. So you see the title of the video, right? We're talking about a move that kind of went under the radar, that nobody paid attention to, that the Bears made, but I want to talk about it, which is activating Tyler Bray, quarterback Tyler Bray, to the active roster. Why did the Bears do this, and what does this mean for the Bears? So this news came out today, and the Bears tried to slide it under the carpet, hoping nobody would notice. But then the more I thought about it, I said, hold on, wait a damn second here. What is going on? Why is Tyler Bray being brought up to the active roster? Why do we need 3 quarterbacks on game day, right? If Nick Foles gets hurt, Mitchell Trubisky's the backup. If Mitchell Trubisky gets hurt, that's highly unlikely that both Nick Foles and Trubisky get hurt in the same game. And we haven't been preparing for that for the past 3 weeks, so why now, right? We all know Nick Foles is the new starting quarterback, so why now? And so I've got 3 scenarios that I kind of came up with that I want to run by you guys and see if you guys think I'm crazy here. But honestly, folks, I think it's one of these scenarios for sure. All right? So Tyler Bray, he's a guy who's never appeared in a regular season game for the Bears, never thrown a pass for the Bears. So it's like, what is Tyler Bray going to bring you? Nothing, really. It's just insurance. But what is it insurance for? And so here's where I'm at. Number one thing, my first scenario, all right, work with me here, is I believe Mitchell Trubisky could play Sunday. Now, again, when I say that, you guys are freaking out. When I say play, I mean play sporadically, as in Nick Foles is a starting quarterback and Mitchell Trubisky comes in for a few plays / packages. Not to throw the football even, or maybe it is, but more so in a Taysom Hill type of role. Remember, this was talked about when Mitch first got benched for Nick Foles, where people are saying, Faiz, what if, we turn Mitch into a Taysom Hill type player? Because what is the only thing Mitchell Trubisky does better than Nick Foles? What's the only thing? Rushing. His ability to rush the football is light years better than Nick Foles. It's not even close. And so what if Matt Nagy has decided, look, I know obviously Nick Foles is the better quarterback right now for the team, but I want to be able to utilize the best strengths of both quarterbacks, which is Mitch's rushing ability. Let me come up with a couple of plays, a few packages here and there for Mitch to come in. You might be thinking it's too cute, don't do it. But again, I'm not speculating on that right now of whether or not I think it's a good thing or not. I'm just telling you why I believe Tyler Bray got activated. Because if that is the case, then in a Taysom Hill type of role for Mitchell Trubisky, if he does come in and does some rushing plays, that gives him a chance to potentially get hurt. Because again, in those plays, you have a higher likelihood of getting hurt. And if you do get hurt, you don't have a backup now to Nick Foles because Trubisky's hurt. And so in that scenario, that's where you have Tyler Bray. Make sense? So Matt Nagy could have some packages and plays for Mitchell Trubisky, which involve him rushing. And in the chance, knock on wood, that he gets hurt, you have Tyler Bray as the backup. So that's scenario number one. Again, am I saying it's for sure going to happen? No, but I am saying it's a possibility. It's a possibility. All right, scenario number 2. The Bears are trying to trade Mitchell Trubisky. Yeah, you might be thinking, Faiz, what the heck, right? Trading Mitchell Trubisky? Yeah, it could be the case because, again, to have three guys on the active roster, 3 quarterbacks, usually doesn't happen. And so what if the Bears have a trade in place for Mitchell Trubisky with some other team? Now, to me, doesn't make much sense, especially at a time like this during the pandemic and the fact that, Nick Foles has never shown you the ability to stay healthy ever. That's the one thing I'm really worried about is Nick Foles has durability issues. Heck, we saw it last year with the Jaguars. He got hurt in the first game of the damn season. So in a time like this, where your starting quarterback has shown you he cannot stay healthy and anybody could contract COVID, you need depth more than ever. So to me, again, I'm not agreeing with this, that the Bears should trade Trubisky. I am saying that could be a possibility where they have a trade lined up, and so now they want to move on from Mitchell Trubisky, get whatever draft capital or potential players that they could get. Again, this is a total, this is nothing I'm reporting. This is not a rumor or anything like that. I'm just saying a possibility. And so that's why you have Tyler Bray, the new backup quarterback, if you are trading away Mitchell Trubisky. Again, I believe this one's highly unlikely. And scenario number 3, which could potentially be the most realistic one, which is the Bears just did it because they could. And what do I mean by they could? I mean by this year the NFL has this new rule. Remember, I mentioned this in my 53-man video in the offseason where you can bring up 2 players to the active roster from the practice squad every week without releasing anybody. All right? You don't have to release anybody. So this is where that 53 number that everybody's used to for your active roster, you can have now 55 players. And so the Bears just activated Tyler Bray because they could, because they didn't have to release anybody to do so. And so that's why they did it, right? Could there be a possibility somebody has COVID maybe, and so that's more depth at the quarterback position? Sure, but again, highly unlikely. I think they would have released that information. The NFL is very serious about the COVID information and the COVID protocol. So again, the last scenario is the Bears just did it because they could, because they didn't have to release anybody. All right, so again, just to recap the 3 scenarios, the Bears are planning to use Mitch on Sunday in some sort of Taysom Hill type plays packages, and there's a potential for him to get hurt, and so they want to ensure that by promoting Tyler Bray. Scenario number 2, they are potentially looking to trade Mitchell Trubisky, and so they want to have Tyler Bray as the backup quarterback. And scenario number 3, they're just doing it because they can, because you can have 55 players on the active roster without releasing anybody. So, again, for me, the most likely is probably scenario number 3. But after that, I'd say scenario number 1 and then 2. But let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below if you agree with me or disagree. Am I crazy here? I believe the Bears did this for a reason. Let me know down below. As always, thanks for watching.